too wounded to run. 2 boys, 14 and 15 years old, were shot and killed. 13 others, including a campus supervisor, were injured. Perhaps most disturbing is that the suspect warned over the weekend that he would bring a gun to school. But nobody took the threat seriously. Nobody called police.
Life can be complicated and complex. Adults live in a different world than we do. We live through pressure every day. Pressure not to screw up, pressure to do drugs, pressure to fit in.
That's all I can think about is trying to fit in and trying to, wear the cool clothes and do this the right way and be with the popular crowd. And that's something people struggle with every single day of high school.
It's hard for anybody to be out there, especially teenagers. Teenagers still growing up, dealing with the issues of adolescence, that she likes me, that he likes me.
My parents tell me that it's just a phase. I insist that they went through the same thing. I tell them that things are different now. They don't listen.
Most of the time it's actually like overwhelmed with their own problems. They don't see it necessary for themselves to take the initiative to talk to us.
I think as an example of a person that looks on the outside like it's great, like it's perfect. But it's really not.
The truth is, some of us have something to hide. And we know how to hide it well.
I don't ever try to judge or presume that a student is okay by the way they look. Students are masters at coming to school on a day-to-day basis, looking great, looking perfect. And you have a conversation with that student and they're a mess. But you would never ever assume that because of the way that they carry themselves, and they continue to be able to carry themselves. I have a lot of respect for students who come to school and can continue to function socially and academically because their situations students shouldn't have to, that young people their age shouldn't have to be living on a day-to-day basis. Unfortunately, it is a reality and they are.
In our world, school isn't just a place to learn. It can be a place of status, crime, hate, and business. Groups are a symbol of acceptance.
Because a lot of people lack, self-esteem, so they have to look to other people for self-worth.
I think they're just afraid of what everyone else is thinking and afraid to not be accepted by that group.
I came in, I was so insecure, I weighed 85 pounds and I'm here and I'm just please, I'm leaving my friends.
I think everyone has just always trying to prove myself to them,
I wasted a year. I wasted a year feeling like I wasn't good enough, that I had to change myself to fit some mold so I wouldn't stick out.
Everybody always try to fit in. They don't want to fit in. I'm saying if you don't want to be an outcast, I'm saying you have your group of friends that you hang out with, and you fit in with those people. You don't try to fit in with the whole school. Nobody wants to be shunned and have to sit in the corner during lunch eating their own respective stuff. They try to fit in with a certain type of people.
It's hard when you don't have anyone that you really connect with. It makes me feel isolated and alone. But I know I'm not the only one.
Well, I think that some of them feel alienated. And they don't have connections with people, with significant adults. When they want information, they seek information from people their own age, peers, who don't have experience. And there seems to be a code of not including their parents, not including significant adults, such as a coach or a teacher, and to try to handle things themselves. And then things just seem to erupt.
In high school, I think more than any other place, you need people that are going to help you get through it. Sometimes you're such in some sort of state or how you're thinking that you just need that little space. You need the same way you have a relationship, or you need to know that she's going to understand when I'm having a bad day, or she's going to see it on my face.
if there's just no one else you can turn to. There should always be somebody you can turn to like that who's just really objective about what you're doing, you know? And a lot of people don't have that. I appreciate the fact that I do.
Unfortunately, a lot of kids are not connected. They're not connected at school, or they're not connected at home. So they don't have that support group, whether it's family, or whether it's organizations or friends at school. And when they don't have that connectedness and are more independent, they're more susceptible to other influences.
His supposed friends basically leave him out with everything. His friends, he told me the other day, you know, oh, everyone goes over at Tyler's house, and yet nobody called me. No one ever calls him, no one ever, you know, asks, hey, Aaron, you know, we want to go hang out at the beach, you know. No one ever asks him that, ever. And it bothers him really, really badly that he doesn't have that support from the people who he suspects are supposed to be his really good friends. He doesn't get the support that he needs out of them, like you're supposed to get with them.
Some of these adolescents are engaging in small clique activities and sort of have a tight-knit group, whereas certainly there are others who are not part of those groups and to some degree are sort of isolated, which leads to them oftentimes being further rejected. So it's sort of a cycle in which the individual who's not engaged in a group of individuals in a clique has a close-knit group of friends, they may often sort of fall further and further off the radar, so to speak.
When you're not accepted, you become an outcast and a target for bullies.
The thing I don't like is that everybody hates on each other. For what reason?
To make themselves feel better. And I don't think I've done it, and I don't think anyone's not guilty of doing it at times, but it's just to make yourself feel better. And usually you're looking for things that you find as a problem with yourself.
They label you. The way they see you, that's how they label you. And they might not know nothing about you. People have judgment so much, like totally blind statements, and they have no clue what to do.
I've been called names and had rumors spread about my mom, and the people don't even know me.
It just really makes me mad because, I mean, people are going to go around and do that to everyone. They're not going to get to know anyone.
It really hurts people, but, you know, I think people do things like that because they're not secure with themselves.
You might not really notice it, but it goes on for real. People are talking about, oh, you ain't that good at basketball, or you can't do this, you can't do that. Who are they to tell you what you can do?
I think it's in yourself that you want to make yourself feel better for something that is wrong with you.
That scene is changing so rapidly. It's happening so fast. Every week there's a new fashion, there's new chords there, there's a new something going on, and you have to keep up with that, and not everybody stays up to that pace, and I think there's a lot of judgment in terms of what's considered cool because it's changing so rapidly. And in my opinion, young people who are mean, deliberately mean to each other, who make comments about other people's weight, what they're wearing, what their hairstyle looks like, they do that, they project their personal opinion on other young people who make themselves feel better because on some level they're insecure and not comfortable within their own environment and within themselves.
I'm tired of the way these bullies treat me. It makes me angry and sick inside. Why do they feel the need to hurt me?
There's a lot of mean people, and I wasn't accepted at all. And because I was in the country and I was an FFA, and you know my parents were like farm kind of people, and they didn't want to have anything to do with me. And walking through the courtyard at lunch, someone tripped me and spit on my face, and it was horrible. It was one of the worst experiences of my life. I started crying. It was bad. I would have loved to just hit her in the face, you know, just like hit her, knock her down, kick her, make her feel stupid in front of everybody like she did to me.
Some of these very angry youngsters are angry because they feel they're not accepted by the peers. They feel rejected. And so we need to teach people to include everybody, to make everybody feel welcome. Absolutely no put down. Never, ever allowed.
Because oftentimes we hurt one another, not meaningfully. It's sort of a humor kind of thing. But if somebody is in a mood one day where something's gone wrong, that attempted humor may have a really adverse effect. really don't see how much they hurt me, I'll find my own way to express the thing. They'll be sorry if it's
called my high school. There was a student here with a friend. It was shot out of the window. Has anybody been injured? Yes. Okay. And I was in a panic, and I was in the library. I thought, I don't understand. I was kid. I was under the table. It was screaming, and the teacher, parents told me, please, okay, we're getting them there. Who is the student, ma'am? I don't know who the student is. Okay. We can help on the way, ma'am. Okay. Oh, God. Stay on the phone. Got a shooter down at Combat High School. He's gone to the library. In the building. Do you know where he was? He's outside of here. He's outside of the hall. Columbine with guns and grenades. Guns and grenades. Can you tell me, can you give any kind of description? Like a black trench coat. A black trench coat? Black trench coat. One down? And then another guy wearing a white shirt. We've got numerous injuries from my understanding, so numerous injuries on everybody. I believe they're down in the cafeteria with the last location that I knew. Yes, my daughter was in Columbine High School. Yes, but she goes to gun in. Okay, who is it? What's the name? Guy called me. People, what's their name? We saw in the library. Okay, what is their name? People. Issues in the library right now. Why aren't shots from the library? I can't believe he just keeps shooting and shooting. Okay. Oh my God, that was so. We have a count of how many people have been shot. The only count we have there on the web is about 20 people. We're not taking names of victims at all. Oh my God. That's good. Oh, that was sad. Looks like my brother. I've got a crazy call from my daughter saying he's chasing us with a gun. And they hung up the phone and you can hear them screaming in the hallway. As far as I know, I've lost everybody in the library. Most people are like, well, I would never accept that case to what they've done. I just can't imagine that. And I don't believe that there's a way that you can really figure out who that student is that's going to commit those kinds of violent acts amongst their peers on the school campus.
You look back at some of